Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, we have somebody join. My name is Kia Quintana. I am the Senior Health Educator with the Department of Health. Thank you for joining. We are going to be talking about self-awareness and what that means for your health journey. So, see, here's my information. So we'll start with the basics. What is self-awareness? So self-awareness is having the ability to think about yourself and lifestyle objectively, and understanding your needs, desires, failings, habits, and everything you are as an individual. Self-awareness is an ongoing process that you actively have to work on. And it seems simple enough. You have to be honest with yourself. But let's, have a reality check. It's a lot harder to be honest with yourself all the time. So it's something that you have to actively work on daily. And being honest with yourself, isn't the easiest things to accept about yourselves either. So being honest in every sense of the word, it takes a lot of effort. So that's kind of why self-awareness is so crucial to your health journey. Why should do you care? Well, having self-awareness helps you create achievable goals. You're having to take into consideration both your strengths, your weaknesses, your drive. You also have to allow you to guide yourself down the right path that's right for you by choosing opportunities that best fit your skill set, preferences, and tendencies. So, for example, if your goal is to exercise more, and you know this about yourself, that you don't enjoy running, it isn't something that you like to do, you enjoy to do. So then knowing that what you would want to do is to take a different path that works best for you. So finding other forms of cardio, whether that's dancing, doing group classes, something that really works for your personality and lifestyle. If you are not a morning person, then maybe exercising first thing in the morning isn't what you want to do. Maybe it's, you do it in the afternoon. So taking time to know about yourself so that you can take the right steps and the right activities and the right actions to improve your health. It makes it easier to identify situations and people that hit our triggers, and enables us to anticipate your reaction. So if you know that you're more likely to overeat, if you're at a party or if you're at a social situation, then you know that ahead of time, then you can take active steps and have a plan in place as to how you're going to react in certain situations. And this is something that you can apply to every aspect of your life. In this particular instance, we're talking about health, but you can technically apply it to your relationships, your work environment, your family environment. So this is something that you can apply in all aspects of your life. Okay. Self-awareness and your health. So how does this self-awareness improve your overall health? It not only improves your overall health, but it also improves your mental health. And the reason why self-awareness is so important is because you can't improve your health unless you know there's something wrong, right? So that includes taking the steps to know things like your blood pressure, your A1C, if you have a heart condition, if you're pre-diabetic. Being aware of those, then you can take active steps to improve your health. You can't take steps, you can't take action if you don't know what's wrong with you. So this also helps with better communication with your medical team. If you're aware, if you know something's wrong and you're able to express it, you're able to detail what's wrong with you, then you can have honest conversations with your medical team. It's also easier to ask things like why or what's going on when you're practicing self-awareness. So if they tell you your blood pressure is high or they're giving you certain medications, then asking why or what is really important part of your self-awareness journey. And also asking things, for example, let's say your blood pressure is high. Well, why is it high? Is it your anxiety? Is it stress? Is it your work? Is it your medication? Is it genetics? Asking those why questions is a really important, and makes it easier to have conversations with your medical team. It could also be by being self-aware, for example, and you think something's going on, something's wrong, you're not feeling right, you've noticed that you're not feeling right, then you can take action accordingly. And it goes back to having that open communication with your team and your medical team. You know, these could be early symptoms of something else going on. It could be just, you know, 1 week that you're off, but being aware that something else is going on, that there's a pattern, then you can have those open conversations. And so part of being self-aware is really taking time to learn about yourself, to learn about what your normal is, and knowing when there's something off. So just keep that in mind. It also helps you learn the reasons why you aren't meeting your health goals. So for example, let's say your goal is to lose weight, and asking constantly why something is happening can help you get to the bottom of why you're taking certain actions or why you're not meeting the goals you're wanting to meet. And so let's say your goal is to lose weight, and then you're asking all these why questions, and then you realize that, hey, you know, I'm more likely to overeat when I'm bored. So then once you've gotten to the reason why you're overeating, which is boredom, then you can take action steps and create a plan to overcome those barriers. So it all comes down to, again, knowing your normal, knowing your whys, and asking questions like, why am I doing this? What is this? Why am I taking these actions? And constantly asking why is a whole part of being self-aware and just being honest with yourself. Sorry, guys. All right, so I'm just going to go through a few scenarios just so that you can see how you can apply self-awareness. So the first scenario is quite simple. Lisa is trying to eat healthier, but every time she wants to have a snack, she eats more than she means to, and it ruins her day. So being self-aware, she has to ask, why is she eating more than she means to? Is it boredom? Is it because she's particularly stressed that day? Is it because there's a life event going on in her life that, you know, stresses her out more than normal? And then why is it ruining her day? Is it because she is not in the right mental state to handle the pressure, or to maybe she's not focusing on what it means to be healthier? So again, you have to ask why. And it can be something as simple as instead of whatever that snack is, she changes it to a different snack where she can eat more than she normally eats. Or she can take a few steps and be like, why am I eating? And then it could be, and then she can create a plan to adjust her reaction to that. The second scenario is Beth is trying to lose weight. She exercises regularly, has a healthy diet. She eats out about 2 times a week, and when she does, she eats a salad or a healthy option. She hasn't met her weight goal. Well, you know, this could be something as simple as portion control. you know, especially when you're eating out, people assume the salad's a healthy option, but a lot of our salads can be over 1,000 calories easily with all the dressing and all the add-ons that come on with the salad. So maybe it's just a matter of, you know, making sure that she's aware of how many calories are in the food she's eating. Maybe it's something as simple as eating half of the portion that you're going to eat, or she has to take a step back and realize, you know, that the goal is to be healthy and not necessarily lose weight, and that can come as a number of other things. It could be something as noticing your pant size going down, being able to run more than you're used to. Those are all things that show you're healthier without necessarily focusing on the weight, because there are points where you reach a plateau weight-wise. So you have to look at other things that show that you're improving. So being aware of that. And then the last scenario is Matt is trying to lower his blood pressure. He eats healthy and is exercising. He's trying to limit going out to eat and brings his own lunch to work. His blood pressure remains high. Well, again, this is going back to asking, why is his blood pressure high? Is it that there's too much stress, too much going on at work, and that's causing his blood pressure to increase? Is he needing to exercise more often? Is he having to talk to his medical doctor? Maybe his medication isn't working for him. So all of these are constantly asking why, what's going on, and being really honest with yourself. I mean, if he's trying to limit going out, that's great. But when he goes out, is he eating healthy? When he brings his own lunch, are they healthy options? So again, it's really being honest with yourself and kind of educating yourself on your environment and what's going on around you, and then trying to make a plan and adjusting accordingly. It's all about asking why, and then what am I going to do to help improve myself, and what can I do to adjust? Another important part of self-awareness is that it can improve your mental health. One important thing to know is that your mental health changes from day to day. So being self-aware can help you identify patterns, notice when things are out of the norm. So if you're aware that you are really good at being on high levels of stress, you can manage well. But if you notice that 1 week you don't, then you're keeping that in mind. And if you notice an ongoing pattern, then you should be asking yourself why, and what should I be doing to help. So if you're noticing a pattern of being sad, of being overstressed, of having high levels of anxiety, then that's where it comes in. That's where you would have a plan in place, and ask yourself why it's going on. And then, is it just a one-time thing, or is this a continuous thing that's been going on for a while? Again, it helps you notice what things trigger or are affecting your mental health. Is it your work environment? Is it certain relationships? Is it certain people in your life? Is it, things that are outside of your control, or is it things that you can control? Those are all important things to know. It is also gives you an opportunity to feel and express your emotions. And I think this is really crucial, because by being self-awareness, you're allowing yourself to be like, hey, it's okay, I'm having a bad day, it's because of X, Y, and Z. And it allows you to be in that moment for the foreseeable future, or for that moment, and then you can move past it. And it also allows you to accept that it's okay to have those emotions those specific days. And it also provides you the opportunity to actively work on your mental health things like self-awareness are considered protective factors. So you're protecting your mental health by taking time to listen to yourself, to be honest with yourself. And because you are being honest with yourself, you're having a plan in place and you can take action and adjust accordingly. And I think that's the most important part of this, is that it allows you to have a plan in place when these situations arise. So how can you apply this to your wellness journey? You can do simple things. You can create a daily log of your activity, of your eating habits, of your sleep schedule. This is more if you are focusing more on your physical health. The opposite could be true. You can have just like a journal if you're focusing on your mental health, or you can have everything at once, and just have a journal of everything going on. The other next thing is you can practice mindfulness and meditation. You can ask for feedback from those around you. And like I said, part of self-awareness is honesty. So you want people that love you and want the best for you being the ones who provide that feedback, not just anybody. That way you can improve yourself. Make time to reflect, whether it's just, the first 5 minutes you wake up, or like right before you go to bed, or maybe it is that journaling. Explore new things. Like I said earlier, if you know you're not a let's run a marathon kind of person, then find things that do fill you with joy, that you are going to enjoy, because not enjoying things is going to make it that much harder for you to accomplish your goals. So just being self-aware of what you want, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. And just because, everybody's running or everybody's doing this particular trend doesn't mean you have to enjoy it. So just don't be afraid to explore new things, try new things out, and see what fits in your life and what you enjoy. And this falls along the lines of create a plan that works best for you. Again, if you're not a morning person, then maybe exercising in the morning is not the right thing for you. You're, an afternoon kind of person to exercise. So again, be flexible with yourself and create a plan that works for you and your lifestyle. Know your limits, especially when we want things like, losing weight or achieving your goals. Know that it's a long process, that it isn't an immediate thing. So really know your limits, really know when you're pushing yourself, and really know when to take a step back. That's also really important. And then the last thing is to be compassionate with yourself. If you're in this journey and you make a mistake, maybe you break your diet, you didn't exercise that week, it doesn't mean that you have to be really negative with yourself, or that you have to take it out on yourself. You really be compassionate and give yourself some grace. You acknowledge it, realize that you made a mistake, that you didn't exercise that week, and ask yourself why you didn't accomplish that particular week. And then you take and you decide what you can do differently, what steps you're going to take so that it doesn't happen again, and then you accept that and you move on. Like, don't go down on yourself, because it is going to make your journey, your health journey, that much more difficult for you if you're constantly thinking that you're making a mistake, or you're being particularly hard on yourself. Just, we all make mistakes. We all have off weeks. So just acknowledge it, accept it, and then you put that in the past and you move forward and focus on this particular week. And so that's kind of why being self-aware is so important. And again, self-awareness is about being honest with yourself, asking yourself why and what, so that you can make a plan and take steps to improve your health in whichever way that looks for you. I believe that is it for me, unless anybody has any questions. And I know a few of you will be watching this on Facebook, so don't be afraid to contact me and ask your questions if you have any. This is my contact information. But it's been a pleasure giving this talk, and that is it on my end.